In this video, I'm going to show you how to add events to the InBurton events section. So firstly, if you're not in the InBurton events section already, I'm here on the home page of InBurton, and you'll need to go to the events section by clicking the link in the menu at the top. That will then bring you into here, and this will show you all the current events underneath. If we want to add an event, first of all you need to have an account with InBurton. Now that is completely free. All you need to do to get one of those, or if you've already got an account, all you need to do to sign in is here on the events section is click on this sign in button on the right hand side. You then get two options. If you've already got an account, you just put in your username or your email here and the password that you selected underneath. If you have forgotten your password for any reason, you can actually click the forgot password link there. If you haven't got an account though, you simply click here to sign up, and you'd put in a username of your choice, your email address and your own choice of password. You'll then click on the agree button to agree the terms, but there's nothing onerous in there at all, and then click on the register button. You will then be able to log in using the sign in area. So I'm now going to log in just as a new user would using a test account that I've created. So you put your details in there and click sign in. It says login successful, then redirects you to here. Now the page looks roughly the same, although it will then have your username in the top right hand corner, and it will also have add group. Now if you are using this for the first time, you will need to add a group before you can add your events. So that is very simple, only ever need to do it once. Let me just show you what you need to do. So firstly, click on add group. In here you then need to give a group title. So if you are a particular venue, for example in town, or a particular business or a particular person, then you could use your own name for this. So if you are, for example, the Brewhouse Art Centre, you may want to just call your group Brewhouse. You then put a description in here. I say these don't really matter what you put in there, obviously make it make sense because people can find this if they want to, but it just wants to be something simple. You then need to choose an initial category that you think your events will be in. So you've got a number of them down here. So if for example this was going to be, we'll say live music, we go for that. FAQs, I would just leave that if I were you because it won't really be used. Then you do need to add one image before you can create your group. So this could be any image that you've got on your computer relevant to your events would be ideal, but all you do is click on here and it then lets you upload files from your own computer. You just select those files. I'm going to choose just this one here. That then uploads. It appears in there. You then just choose select. It appears on this page. I've now done everything I need to. I can click on add and view group. And there we go, that is your group. Once you then have a group, every time you then log in to InBurton and you go to the events section, you will then see a button that says add events. So all we need to do now is click on add events, and you then can put all the details of your event in here. So let me just go through filling in one of these. So this one is ELO Encounter. Now it is selected on here as an in-person event. If it happened to be an online event you're running, you can change that to online, but most of the time I guess it will be an in-person event, so we leave that there. You will then search for the location. So I'm just going to search for Brewhouse Burton, and this is using Google. It actually finds the one you want. So this could be your pub name, club name, wherever you are holding your event. we click on that because that's chosen where it is. Then we just have a number of cities in Burton, which are basically the towns around here. So this is in Burton, so we choose that one. This is a live music event, so I'm going to choose that. So you need to choose a relevant category in there. The next thing we need to do is add the dates for the event. So this date here is on the Saturday the 8th of February. So we click on this box here and find the correct date. There we are, 8th of February. And it's worth noting that at the moment on this page here, it shows as an American format. When it shows to the public it is correct, but on here it is American, so it's 0208 instead of 0802 as we would obviously call it. But don't worry about that here, it does show correctly to the public. You'll also click on here and choose the time. So this one starts at 7:30 and just click again to make it PM, 7:30 PM. You should also, if you can, set an end date and time. So even if, like here, it is the same day, obviously it's the 8th of February, and this one would finish at something like 10 PM. We choose that on there. Something worth noting, if you're doing like this event that we're putting in is a one-off event, but if you were putting something in here that happens every week, for example, such as say a pub quiz that is every Tuesday night, what you can do is click on here for recurrence, and you could then say the recurrence of this particular event. So you could say this is every week and will end after 52 weeks or something like that, for example, and this will then show every whatever night you've set it for. It will then have the same event coming up every week. So you obviously only want this if you have got an event that is on literally every week, but it is a useful thing. If I have something like a pub quiz, you can have it appearing there every week, but in this case we won't want that. So we then come down to the next one. This is event description, and so you put in as much information as you have here about your event, whatever you want the public to be able to see on the main InBurton website about your event. So I've entered the details in here, so it's got all of the information there that I want about this event. Then we come down to event tickets. Now there is available tickets and ticket price. I would leave those blank because that is for selling tickets through the InBurton website, but that's not something that I am offering at the moment through the website. So we have two options. One is if you don't need a link for people to buy tickets at all, then just leave that section blank. Don't bother with it at all and just move down here. If though you want to have a link for them to click on to buy tickets, so for example this particular event we're talking about, tickets are available for them at the Brewhouse, you would click on external URL, put a name in here for the platform. So you could say, we could say for example just box office that they're being sold through. We'll then put the link that people need to go to, so I've just put the link into this box here. We then click the plus sign, and that will then add it to the actual listing. And so that is where we've clicked external URL. What we then need to do is come down here to add an image, and you will need to add an image to each event listing if you have one. And to do that, all you would do is click on here, browse file. You would then either click on upload files and find it on your computer. Alternatively, if it's one you've already uploaded, like for example when I created the group, I added this one for the ELO event, I would just select that one, it appears there, and that's everything done. All I would then do is click on save, and it then says event created, and it brings you straight in to show you that event. So as you can see, it's got our image at the top, it shows us how many days there are until that event, it's got the start time, the end time, it's got the brew house there, so the details of where the event is, all of the description, it's even got a map with the location signposted there. So all the details appear on there, and that is everything done to add an event. And then the next time you want to add another event to InBurton, all you do is log in via the same method. You will then see an add event button there, so you just go through the same process again.